Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Savannah by Night here on the Midnight Dispatch. And next week is the 50th episode of this crazy thing we've been doing for a little over a year and a half now. It is, however, not the only thing we end up doing, as some of us are on fellow community channels doing more of the same thing, but different flavors. Jeremy, what are you doing on Tuesday?
Real different flavor. We're taking a break from our 2024 D&D game for a couple of weeks, now with a bonus week because my players love them some teen drama. I'm running Kids in Capes, which is the newest Hunters Entertainment game, in the same family as Kids on Bikes, Kids on Brooms, Teens in Space. My players have some superpowers. Had a fun little cutscene where they discovered, the players, not the characters, discovered the monsters they've been fighting are controlled by a mysterious figure who may have found the teens after they decided to keep a sample of said creature ink.
As one does.
Yes.
Sam, I believe you have some things to discuss.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Smoggles. What am I confessing to? Oh, yes,
Hello,
tomorrow.
Smoggles.
Tomorrow we have more Smoggle Screams happening on this channel. It's going to be called Dead Format, and it's some VHS horror, so that will be fun. And
We get a sample scream.
You can look at our clips for that. There are plenty of Twitch clips that you can find.
I believe the last one is Sam screaming about how when he goes to the menu, it doesn't pause the game, and the slow lurching terror was still creeping towards him.
Yes, I paused the game to recover from escaping the monster, and then I heard the footsteps of the monster. And
which game was this?
This was Routine.
Yes, but what was the game?
It was good. Yeah.
This was Routine.
this was Routine. But anyway, the other thing is that as of next Monday, every episode of Savannah by Night that was aired before Midnight Dispatch was formed will be on our YouTube channel. So you can fully complete your catch-up on these streams.
And if someone could link the YouTube and our Discord in chat, that would be lovely. Martel, where are you every other Friday?
Every other Friday, and in fact, this Friday, we are at Knights of Silver Moon playing Star Wars. Last week, we went through a blockade. Actually, wasn't all that bad, much as we worried about it.
So not much of a blockade.
You know, when you steal 1 million credits from the Hutts and you buy a premium pass, it's it turns out things get a lot easier. This is a very Disney thing. But yeah, no, the bad thing was that we accidentally took an Inquisitor with us, so now we're trying to figure out if we should kill him now or later.
Sorry, how do you accidentally take an Inquisitor?
We're very bad at our jobs.
Inquisition.
That's true. That is valid.
But if there's nothing else to add, I believe now it's time to tell a fucking vampire story. Last time on Savannah by Night, Poppy awoke to the usual lap of luxury she managed to land in since she came to Savannah. However, the lush serenity was shattered by the calamity of Clarice as she stormed enraged in her parlor, incensed by the resumptive threat of the Sabbat, as they were the ones that had killed her lover, the previous sheriff. All while Nico, her child and seeming caretaker, looked on with palpable glee as he explained to Poppy that the nigh torpid Toreador had finally roused from her rest. Heads would surely roll in her wake, and he could not be any happier. Ellie elected to check on the last known cluster of coordinates given by their other tracker, the one they had placed on Cora's car that had since been rendered moot. Picking up Poppy on the way without telling her exactly where they were going and why, the Nosferatu drove around the indicated section of town, only for all three kindred to soon notice each other as the Malkavian was simply walking down her own street. Luckily, it was all played off as simple coincidence, and the three discussed some of the current array of situations before Cora joined them in the van and made their collective way to Wormslow. The trio arrived at Elysium just in time to run into Artem and Chris, who were returning from their small-scale hunt on the surrounding grounds. While the group was rabid to discuss their plans at the gazebo as they so often do, they found it occupied by the Malkavian primogen, Matilda Swafford. Cora took the moment to split off from the rest of the newbloods to approach her elder, inquiring about what else she ought to be doing in these uncertain times. When the subject of combat training arose, the junior Malkavian inquired as to whether Matilda could teach her the sword. As the group reconvened on the docks, they discussed their individual level of buy-in with pursuing things with both the Mudmen and the Sabbat. But there was one voice missing from that meeting. So let's check back in with our industriously busy Ventru. Now, nominally, Kate should have arrived at Wormslow ahead of Cora. However, like the bulk of your clan, you are on call. Mid-transit, you received a call from Redgrave to go check on one of her many myriad properties. A cheap, ramshackle motel nestled between Hunter Army Airfield and the Savannah Botanical Gardens. Now, as you drive there, what's going through your mind? Any fears or expectations, plans?
I really hope it's not the same situation as last time,
Mm-hmm.
but if it is, I know who to call.
Fair enough. Hmm. Now, much like the Motel Savannah, it's a similar low-rent venue. Whatever dread you may be feeling, however justified, well, thankfully, there is no repeat performance of the gruesome scene you were expecting. As you do your usual inspection, checking through, and the ruse that you put on last time of the wellness check, the only thing you discovered was a bewildered elderly couple that had been enjoying the advancements in medical science and hadn't realized the marathon din of screeching elephants they had been inflicting on their neighboring lodgers. But with that over and done with, you are free to get back on the road with your original intent in mind. Do you call or text Artem to let him know? Do you wish to meet alone?
I just, that was very unexpected. I think a small part of Kate is like, honestly, I don't know what was worse. Um, Sorry, I have the brain sillies and that
Bring
just,
it back. Bring it
yep,
back.
yep.
Ventru
I
powers activate.
I will text Artem as I stop at the gate because I'm going to take a second at the gate to
Mm-hmm.
declare my firearm that
Mm-hmm.
I must carry with me at all times now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll text him from there because we don't text and drive, kids, that I'm pulling up if he's ready to meet.
Okay. Now, Artem is at the docks with the others. They had been in discussions of perhaps going out and checking on the gator tracker, or as I want to call it, the GPS. However, Artem, once you get this text, what do you do?
Um, check his phone. Look up and say, Kate is here. I need to talk to her about something else, but I'll make sure to point her your way. And then
So, where is it that you would like to meet?
I'll probably just text her the word entrance.
Mm-hmm. Now, Kate, had you made it to Wormslow earlier in the evening or no?
No.
You would see the uptick in security, even at the gate. There's at least another guard there that adds to the number, and you can reasonably assume there's a few more behind the gate, and you, having turned in your weapon, would have noticed a few more. There are some of the regular guards that you would assume are always armed, but you can see some of them on the grounds in particular have submachine guns with slings over their shoulder. They are clearly not fucking around. And when you do park, you do notice that there is a uh, fairly full parking lot. It's not quite the crammed affair that it was on your first night, but it is dense. And at the main door, Bruno is there. The regular jacket that he wears is gone, as you see the firearm high up on his hip that is normally hidden by the jacket, and the obvious sling of a submachine gun that he is dragged behind his back. On the opposite side of the doorway is an unarmed but potentially more imposing figure of a suited Bruno. Bruce, my apologies. Bruce and Bruno, don't fuck about. Is the intent for Kate to go in through the front door, or you're just meeting her in the vicinity of the front door?
Um, yeah, I will say he's just like there as soon as she walks through.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just give a polite nod to Bruce and Bruno
Mm-hmm.
and then step inside.
Okay.
Artem will, put out the hand for a shake. Say, you want to take a walk?
Sure.
Okay. It's, looks around a bit cramped in here tonight.
You wanna go find one of the alcoves?
We could try. You want to just do that? Let's do that.
It's
Okay.
easier for two people to find some little nook or cranny within the confines of the building than it would be for an entire group.
Mhm.
Now, keep in mind, your conversation is not going to be entirely private. There are a lot of people here. They're not here to be entertained. This is not an event. This is the quiet murmuring of people who are somewhat panicked, somewhat tense. You do see the prince moving about in a way that's meant to be calming and reassuring, in the same way that the keeper is going about making sure people are attended to if they have any needs that need to be met. But in terms of absolute privacy, you will not have it. So
Mhm.
just keep that going.
Yeah, I think probably what makes sense then is we find a place,
Mm.
we'll sit down, and then Artem will like sort of look around, very obviously noting that like this is not going to be a private conversation, and he'll
Mhm.
be like, we could still take a walk.
Would we have the opportunity to be more private moving around the grounds?
You would.
I'll say then after suggesting a nug, I'll take a look at just kind of really take in how crowded it is and go, and on second thought, let's take that walk.
Yeah. In that case, out to the grounds with us.
Hmm.
So, you know, imagine you let Artem take the lead because he knows the grounds a little bit better.
Yeah.
Probably walk out around the dock, probably similar to where I went and had that conversation with Ellie a little while back. Just find that path and start.
Yeah, going a little for sort of south along the shoreline.
Yeah, yeah. And once it seems like it's just the two of them, he'll say, "So, you and me are in the shit, huh?"
Well, you certainly got a spotlight killing a Sabat.
I killed two. Is that two spotlights?
Definitely.
Oh, good. You can have them. I'm not interested.
All I did was make a couple of phone calls after discovering a really shitty crime scene.
Yeah. You don't have to tell me what you saw. Based on what I saw, I imagine. I can't imagine, rather. You doing okay?
Given the advice to find some ways to let off steam. Been working on that the past 2 nights. Well, keeping in the back of my mind that I am almost constantly armed and on call.
Yeah. Haven't been given that advice yet. Well, I guess you gave it to me. Gotta.
Hey, Artem, go find a way to blow off steam.
Oh, Kate, hey, thanks.
Whatever your vice is.
Yeah. I need to get more vices here, man. I don't
What were
know.
your vices?
Sitting quietly by myself.
Alone
I
with
mean,
your thoughts?
normal human ones. My thoughts are great. I love my thoughts. At least I used to.
Can't say those are my vices, but
I mean, I did other stuff too, right? Normal
okay.
human stuff.
That is the least human sounding phrase you could have ever said.
It's a language barrier.
Right. Well, sobering up is certainly a lot easier on this side of things.
Yeah. I've only ever done that on accident. I should try doing that on purpose. That would be good.
Yeah. I was having fun being drunk. I honestly kind of, you know,
Feel like we
mood
ruined it for
killer.
you at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you had to go and kill some Sabbat and drag their bodies into Elysium.
Look, it was one body, first of all.
But I killed two Sabbat.
Mm,
How are the others? Do you think they actually understand what's going on?
I think Chris sort of does. I don't know, man. I kind of wanted to talk to you about them, honestly.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm worried about Cora. I'm worried about Poppy. A little worried about Ellie too. Ellie wants to turn the Mudmen project into a something that might also involve the Sabbat. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to fully get any of them away from that idea.
That's fucking stupid.
I know.
But I might have an idea.
Well,
You okay with describing exactly what it's like to rip a body apart?
if it would help, I suppose.
Think it might. It's one thing to say you're a cool, big vampiric hero. It's another thing to actually have to do it. I've still never killed anyone, but I've seen the consequences of it.
Have you not?
No. I mean, verbally eviscerate, yes,
That's
but
not the same.
not the same thing.
Yeah. It's coming.
Yeah. I I wasn't around from it, but I'm part of the legacy of what happened. There is a reason why my sire was brought in to rule DC.
Why is that?
Sabat?
Sabbat owned all of America before the Camarilla got here?
No. About 20 years ago, DC was real fucked up. And, and the Ventrue kind of had to start from scratch. I'm a part of that legacy. Which on one hand kind of feels like an honor to be picked, but on the other hand, it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
He didn't come to take DC for funsies. I think he was brought over intentionally. I mean, again, I think we've established your sire's probably older. She and God were probably friends, but mine wasn't that far behind.
Not sure what to say to that. I wish you luck.
Just if they get in, they can have generational consequences.
Yeah. I did want to give you a warning. You may know this already. I had to talk with Vega earlier.
How'd that go?
Mm. She seems to like me better than she likes Cora. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I'd say it's probably not a good thing.
Well, again, you have killed someone. I feel like that's only a plus in her book.
What she told me was that the rampaging monstrous things that we saw, the ones that caused that scene that you walked in on, they're just foot soldiers, shock troops. They barely know what they are. They have no idea what they're doing. But there's a larger intelligence.
Graham, I kind of know.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that
think
Kate would
so.
know that Sabat are like kind of turned and just set loose, right?
The lower rungs, yes, that there is a little bit more of a low totem pole sort of cult aspect to it, that the higher you go, there's more organization and terrifying rationality behind it all.
I mean, it's been 200 years of consistent rule, not that they haven't tried.
Yeah. That's the thing. So this is my fear. I think this group is not random. It's possible that they're a
it's
probe.
to test the defenses,
Yeah.
test the reaction.
And the reaction was you, right?
Yeah. I mean, they weren't there anymore.
Doesn't matter if they were there. They're not really what's important. If they were being watched by someone, when you went in, did you look for? I'm sure you looked for the grounds or anything mundane, other people, but did you really look? I mean, we can turn invisible. I know there's a clan that can hide in the shadows. Even something as simple as a camera could have picked you up.
It was an immediate call to Redgrave, Vega, Halsey, Innsbruck. It was in the middle of mortals going 2 doors down and erasing someone's memories of what they heard.
Yeah.
Of assuring the front manager that it was just a normal kind of fucked up crime scene.
So you did everything you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
I guess my fear is that that's exactly what they were hoping would happen. Just be careful, Kate.
I will. Not that it's the best defense against them, but I am working on getting better with my gun.
Good.
Just assume that all Ventrue you see are armed.
I've been very lucky in my embrace not to have to rely on such things.
You just get built in
Yeah, it's fucking cool.
like a Wolverine.
Mm-hmm. And it works on a lot of stuff. I didn't realize how many things it worked on.
So you just go around and just try to slice up stuff at this point.
I mean, no, that would be
Fun.
it would be
A way to
right.
let off steam that's not sitting alone with your thoughts.
Maybe I could do that.
I'm not saying you gotta talk about your feelings. Just find something to get the pressure off. That's what I was told.
Yeah.
I went drinking and then went drinking, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, I kind of found out something intriguing regarding your Primogen.
Yeah?
Yeah. How much do you know about his old partner?
That I am driving her car. And I think you and I
Interesting.
both kind of know the Chris situation.
Yeah.
Not a lot concrete.
Have you heard of something called the Daughters of Cacophony?
No. Is that a band?
Well, yes and no. It's kind of like a splinter lineage of kindred.
Splinter lineage.
Yeah.
Like
an offshoot.
yeah.
A band of them were playing at the bar I was at.
Mm-hmm.
Can kind of really mess with your emotions. But apparently their sire was Burles' partner.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have guessed she was another gangrel. So she still has a legacy here, at least for now.
Yeah.
Is it like a traveling thing, or are they
They were just the bar I was at.
okay? Huh. Did did they say like what they were doing, or did anyone?
They sang a Fleetwood Mac cover. They made Belle cry. They were good, but it was a weird, supernatural kind of feeling.
Hmm.
I didn't ask any of the non-kindred what they felt,
Hmm.
so I don't know if it affected them like it affected us.
I wonder if Alden knows they're around.
I don't know. Do with that information what you will. It's not like he and I are buddies, and I'm gonna go ask him about it.
Yeah. I mean, I think we have an unspoken man's agreement not to talk about it too much, but them I could talk to. Was anyone else? Was it just you and Belle and?
Teagues was there?
Oh, Teague. Okay. I like Teague.
Yeah. If you're into really shitty little dive bars, that was a pretty good spot.
Shittier places have fewer people, so I do like that.
I mean, this one had a pretty decent crowd.
Yeah. Okay,
Works better for my taste.
sure.
Not all of us can go nom on Bambi.
And B.
Oh, you haven't had a truly fucked up childhood until you see Bambi's mom die. We're gonna have a movie night. I'm gonna show you Bambi, the never-ending story, and The Land Before Time.
Okay, sure. Movie night 2.
Depressing boogaloo.
Don't forget The Last Unicorn.
I'm about just a few years too young for that one, I think.
I was about to say I didn't recognize that one either.
Surrounded by Children.
I know the VHS cover from Blockbuster, but I've never seen it. Anyways. While Sam freaks out in the corner.
Mm-hmm. Is it Wednesday? Is Sam freaking out in the corner?
I was gonna say that's your free space on the Savannah by Night bingo card.
Sam Cam, the gift that keeps on giving.
To bring us back in.
Anyway,
So, you think the kids need a talking to before they run away with dreams of Sabat making a name for themselves?
well, here's the thing. I'm not necessarily against a little, you know, dipping your toes into the water. Right?
The water
Trying to see
of
the water of dangerous things in this city, in this county, whatever it is.
I think there's a big difference between mudmen and trying to pursue Sabat.
Exactly, I agree. It's the dipping your toes into it. Like, yeah, go after the mudmen. Don't get into the hundreds of years blood war or whatever. I'm in it and I don't like it. You're in it and you don't like it.
It's fucked up. We're fucked up.
Yeah.
You got anything else you need to get off your chest before we go talk to him?
Mm. I may let you talk to them, honestly. I kind of want to talk to Teague now. You know what? No, I'll come with you. You wanted me to share
Yeah,
my experience.
I think they need a reality check.
Yeah, okay.
I assume we're going to be panning the camera as they sorkin in silence over towards the docks where they still are.
Yep.
Just to do a quick jump over to what have you three, actually four, because Chris is there, what have you been discussing this entire time?
Okay, so if we are going to find this gator, these are the clusters that we're going to be looking at. Now,
Chris is
it may
nauseatingly close over your shoulder.
Now it's probably and like you know, the screen is here, but Ellie's hand is here, but the finger is super long. So just imagine that extension happening as well. And it's just like, and so these are probably spaced out within a few hours, but we have a general sense about where that could be. So whose car are we taking?
Oh, you were my ride here.
Okay, so that's one for my car.
My car only seats two.
Hmm.
Point of order, out of character. You don't even have your car here.
Yeah.
So it works even less. Technically, it has 0 seats right now. Back over to Chris. I have to stay here tonight.
Oh, why?
Because the big scary man said to stay here tonight.
Which one?
Yes.
Atherton. Oh.
Wait, Atherton said to stay here?
No.
No. Sorry, that went right over my head.
She just looks at Ellie like the unspoken words of "We just established a truce. Don't break it already."
So, Ellie, I think that means you may be our chauffeur.
Great. I think between the three of us, we could wrestle a gator.
Oh, I don't want to do that. But
Oh.
I'm here to help.
I mean, we're
from
looking for the gator
Yes.
to make sure that this is
Yes.
the one. So.
And what about Artem? Why don't we just get him to do it again? He did it
You
so
would-
well before.
Yeah, I thought he wanted eyes on it himself anyway.
Yeah.
Say, for the sake of wibbly wobbly, this is when the other two would walk in, or yes, walk on to the docks.
Artem, we were just talking about you
Oh boy.
and your gator wrestling abilities.
I think I figured out where the gator might have been located.
Wait, you didn't mention a gator.
I never mentioned the gator.
Okay, so I
Negated to mention the gate. I'm gonna go sit down now.
Nice.
Hi, Chris.
So, we were testing out a tracker of mine that could be used, could be injected into some being. And so we tested it out on a gator. It seems to have been working over the past couple nights. So we need to check and verify that it is still inside said gator. So that's what we're going to want to do after that. So I have an idea on where it is. And with that, that means we
Is
have
it in a
good
swamp?
tracking device.
Technically, it's
Sort-
a marsh.
Is it in a marsh?
Storyteller, is it in a marsh?
Mm-hmm.
Has it been moving?
On and off, but it's been keeping like to the same territory. Very interesting thing about gators is that you're probably not interested in it. So yeah, so basically I know generally the area it might be. And
And
We're
to
not
verify
going
this
tonight.
works, I feel like ever since we started to working together, we have really fun ideas that then I'm told we can't do.
yeah, wasn't it the marsh where you ripped Sabat limb from limb?
It was.
Yeah, let's go to the marsh where both Gators and or Sabat are, while all of Elysium's on high alert.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend
Yes.
going out tonight.
Okay, so we just wait around instead of moving forward with an idea that could actually help us solve this problem?
Do you think that the battery will run out by tomorrow?
Well, I don't know, and we have people here to be able to go through it and check it.
This problem, are you referring to the Mudmen problem or the Sabat problem?
Well, it's still to be determined whether both are one and the same, but right now focusing on the Mudmen issue.
And what makes you think they're one and the same?
Well, we've talked about how these Mudmen seem to be. They're more created by something, and. Well, it's a little too convenient that we have a Mudmen sighting and a Sabat sighting within about a week of each other. And
Is it convenient or a coincidence?
well, this is why nothing's off the table.
4 of us arrived on the same night. Is that a conspiracy?
Ooh.
I don't know, is it? You're all the ones that arrived on the same night.
No shit, they're onto us.
I'm not saying it's not a possibility. I'm just saying jumping to conclusions can be risky.
I have to say, my clan's taught me a thing or two recently about synchronicities. I have to be inclined to believe that perhaps there is something more here.
So are you going to go pursue Sabat in the process of pursuing a Mudman?
That's not the initial intention, but we would have to be prepared for such an event.
Are you prepared?
Well, that's what I'm working on. We have a few things in the works. Kate, with your advice, I talked to someone in my clan to see if I could get a little bit more self-defense training, and I'm going to be working with Matilda now personally, my primogen.
You learning to shoot?
No, something else.
What?
I'll be using a sword.
Ooh.
Wow.
You're going to get close enough to a Sabat to use a sword?
If I have to.
So cool.
But maybe I won't have to. You see, I have something even better in the works for all of us, potentially, if you want to be included, Kate. I brought it to everyone else, and it seems like we're all in. Cora kind of does a quick little glance over at Chris, since she was kind of on the fence, but then goes, look, this situation with the Mudmen, I know it might seem a little frivolous if you think it's just a coincidence, but it was an opportunity for us, given by the prince, to help Savannah. It's something we can do instead of just sitting on our hands. I spoke to Olivia about it, and she thinks she can make something powerful enough to subdue one of them. it would also be powerful enough to subdue one of us. So, if she's going to do that for us, she wants to know everybody who's going to work on this project.
And how do you go about administering it?
Well, I asked her for something that could be in the form of, a powder or a spray, something
So you put it in a
you
drink?
could use from far away.
Get him to sip it?
No.
A dart gun? An aerosol?
Perhaps. Yes, something like that was what I was thinking. We'll have to see what she comes up with, but it seems like a good bet. But anyway, yes, she's going to need the names of the conspirators to be able to trust what she's getting involved with.
So here's what I'm going to say. Pursue the Mudmen. We were told there could be rewards, but I need you all to understand what you could stumble across while we're all on high alert. When I opened a hotel room, the walls were painted red. The only way I could tell how many bodies had been people were by counting the numbers of appendages in the room. Scattered. Guts were streamers. And I'm not telling you this to freak you out, but to help you understand the reality of what the Sabbat will do without thought for consequence. Can you run into that in your pursuit of Mudmen? Because it's one thing to say, we're going to pursue Mudmen. And if we happen to stumble across the Sabbat, it's okay. They will rip you apart, paint with your organs, and not think another thought. Can you kill someone? Artem, why don't you tell me too what it's like to rip up one of them? What it took to bring them down?
Well, they were dancing around the big bonfire they had made in another scene. Bones, body parts, blood all over the place. One of them I killed with the fire. One of them I ripped him apart with my claws.
They had
I don't know how many pieces he was in before he finally died.
They had caused so much mayhem in the motel room that 2 doors down, someone was nearly catatonic because of what they heard. I had to alter his mind and convince him that his neighbor had just listened to a horror movie too loud. So pursue the Mudmen, make a name for yourself, but understand what else is out there. If you can't potentially handle that, maybe it's better to stay here. If you can, if you really start to understand what it is out there, let's go stomp around in the marsh. But know that everyone is on high alert for a reason. Ventrue are armed at all times for a reason. And that there are serious consequences to this immortal life we've been given.
Also, if we go out tonight, I can't go. Alden had put his foot so far up my ass he'd be seeing his boot and my teeth.
It's one way to lick it.
Cora's gonna look at the rest of the crew to kind of gauge their reaction to Artem and Kate.
Chris was fairly laissez-faire about the whole thing. Like in the previous discussion, she was a little more like, yeah, okay, let's pursue the Mudmen thing. But when Artem started to describe claws ripping apart a man, she did seem somehow like her skin got just a touch paler and she was fidgeting with her wrist.
Poppy looks a little bewildered and is like not doing a very good job of hiding it. Um, yeah, and she's like kind of doing the same thing, like trying to make eye contact with you and Ellie and Chris to be like, okay, does this change anything or is this just new information?
I still think we should go after the Mudmen too. I just don't think we should do it tonight.
Chris looks over at Ellie. Okay, look, like in the spirit of her newfound fuck off truce, whatever, why don't we go see Havel before we go fuck about in the marshes?
That sounds like a good plan.
Fine. Ellie closes their laptop and stands up and says, guess I'm gonna see who else is around here in the meantime. And Ellie starts to walk away.
Cora, I wasn't trying to make fun of you for learning a sword, but just know what you're going to face if you have to get close enough to use it.
I've seen it up close. Kate, it sounds heavy. All of this.
Why do you think I was drunk last night?
Yeah, I think I understand a little better now. But, I guess the way I see it, if the Sabbat can be anywhere, it doesn't do us any good to do nothing, to stay in the dark willingly.
I'm not saying do nothing. I'm just saying understand. Don't go in blind.
Then,
And don't pursue them.
okay. That we can do, I think.
They can ruin a city for generations.
What did they do? Oh, wait, I wasn't there for that conversation. Never mind.
Well, I'll bring up this then. Yeah, I mean, when Tabby came here, it was because they'd slaughtered the court of St. Louis.
Louisville.
Louisville.
Well, I'm from Italy, I don't know.
Yeah, my sire said he had very little to say about the Sabbat, but that if you run into one, you should run.
Okay, well, I think then we'd be a lot safer if we were all in it together. Cora
Yeah.
kind of looks hopefully at Kate.
My name down. I'm the only one who's got a fucking gun. Someone's gonna help stop you from killing yourselves.
Yay!
Thank you, Kate.
But it's Mudmen only. We get a word of Sabbat. We make calls. We get out.
Okay, I can hold to that.
Hey,
Same.
Chris, what
Hmm.
did you say about the clan, Tremere? Something about us telling her is us telling them.
Yeah. She looks over at Kay for a second. Look, I like you and everything, but let's be honest about something. The Blue Man group that you're part of are lockstep. They communicate. They talk about all the shit. You are a unit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tremere like that, but on a different spectrum.
Mm-hmm. So do we not give her every name?
I think we don't give her every name.
I
I've already
can
had
do
one
that to
Tremere
Olivia.
poking around.
Wait, which one?
Maximilian.
Sorry, what did you say, Kate?
Maximilian.
What about him?
He's already been poking around.
Walking around. Oh, you, right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not Chris. No.
I always knew you were into long hair pretty boys.
Not that
Who
one.
isn't?
Oh.
Girl's got to keep her secrets.
But you notice how
But-
she didn't say she's not into long hair pretty boys.
This is true.
Cora now wonders if long-haired, gender non-specific pretty boys are Kate's blood preference.
But they're not her blood. Anywho.
Have fun guessing. It would be better for me if my name wasn't passed along there. Someone who's already gone digging for blue blood information.
It's a rough thing to start out a relationship like that if withholding something.
So
Dealing in secrets is a large part of court.
right. Also, I don't know if everyone is consenting to be in a relationship with her clan.
How do we know for sure that that's what she's going to do?
Because that's how
when
they operate. That's how I would operate.
Well, when I spoke to her about this, she sounded like it was such a potentially powerful item that she wanted to keep it under wraps.
There's a difference between under wraps from court and under wraps from the clan. I don't know how your clan operates. Ventures share a lot.
All right, well, I'll talk to her again, and I won't mention your name, but I'll try to see precisely what she wants to do.
She doesn't have to know how many people are involved.
We should give her as few names as possible, I think.
Look, that was
What
part
have
of the
you-
condition.
Who have you told her so far?
I think it was. Did I mention Ellie and Artem? I don't think I did.
No, you said
No, I
just
just
to
kept it-
yourself. She, however, I believe correctly inferred that there's a high likelihood of who you would be involved with based on sheer virtue of you being new, who you hang around with.
She's made inferences, but I didn't say any names.
Let's keep it that way.
Tell her about me. Maybe Ellie too. Ellie, are you still here?
Ellie had walked off.
No, okay.
I don't mind you telling her my name.
Thanks, Poppy. This feels like an all or nothing proposition to me, but fine.
An equivalent exchange. She might be making something for you. How are you going to use it? Court is secrets, Cora. What are you willing to give up for this?
Also, right now, I mean, what can she know, right? You tell her some names, maybe more people are involved. How would she figure that out?
Well, let's say we succeed. When we all claim the reward, then it's going to be obvious.
I don't need to claim a Mudman reward.
I would like one.
Well, I hate to leave you out, Kate, but if that's the way it has to be,
No one should have all the pieces to the puzzle. you willing to exchange all of that on the off chance you succeed? It's giving someone a lot of power over you.
You're being such a Debbie Downer about this, Kate. Why
I'm
can't we
being
just
so
work
practical
together?
about it.
I know, but
Have you spent time with a Tremere before?
I've chatted with Olivia.
Have you chatted with any of the others?
Out of character, Poppy, you would for a brief moment have some Kill Bill sirens playing in your head, in a very slight Family Guy cutaway that has no visuals.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, Poppy will have just a moment of like "Eek," before saying, I've chatted with Olivia and I've been around others and I know what they can do.
Think about it as insurance, right? We're not just doing this for no reason. We're doing this because the ones that we exclude are potentially the ones that are going to pull our asses out of the fire if something goes wrong, either with Olivia or with another Tremere or whatever.
Fuck, fine. That's
Yeah. Never
makes
show all
sense.
your cards.
Okay, here's the problem. And I can't believe I'm fucking saying this. Leave Ellie out of it.
Yeah.
Because the moment your
Hmm.
name gets used, I'm automatically implicated anyways. So we can't use me as backup.
You don't think there's some plausible deniability in me wanting to keep you out of it?
I think at this point, most people assume we're some level of package deal.
Yeah, you're kind of a
Okay.
pair.
Fair enough.
So we need at least one other person who's off the roster. So Ellie and who else are on like team backup?
Put me down for team backup.
Done. Actually, I like that plan a lot better.
Poppy, have you been working on self-defense?
Yes.
What have you been
Poppy's
doing?
got some moves.
Yes,
Cora's
she
got some moves
says,
too.
having only done the one Havel class.
Well, it went so well for Poppy though. So.
Yeah, I had a great time. Well, I can get people to do what I want them to do and scare the shit out of them.
The start.
Okay, but honest question, and I mean this with respect. Have you ever cut a bitch?
Do you have to think about it? The answer is probably no.
On accident in an art studio class where we were working with stained glass. Her name was Kelsey.
Well, if it wasn't stained before then.
Yeah, exactly. She's fine now. She's fine. Probably. Childhood divorce.
That seemed like unnecessary detail, but go on.
It was just a main part of her personality. Every single art piece that she made was about that. It was very interesting.
Was it even like a stained glass project, or was it about how she wanted to show how fractured her life was? Was she that kind of modeling bitch?
Who's to say, really? Who's to
okay.
say? Life imitates art, imitates life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Off track. Okay. Yeah, so maybe let's tell Ellie what the new part of the plan is.
Cora, I know lying to Olivia makes you uncomfortable. Can you lie for this project? Can you lie to protect yourself or others?
Yeah, I can do it. Do you believe Cora?
Do I believe Cora?
You tell me if you
Can
would
I-
like to roll something.
I
here.
want to roll.
Or a roll deception.
What is it? For sympathy?
Now the question is, Cora, I need you to send me a word.
A
One
word?
of two words.
Okay.
Truth or lie.
What if? Well, here.
Or we could do this more above the table. Is Cora conflicted?
So I would say that Cora intends to attempt to lie. She is not sure whether
Okay.
it will succeed if she goes through with it.
Okay.
What's the
So
DC?
based on the entirety of the conversation, I'm going to make this a bit low. This is going to be a 5. Because I feel like you've been paying attention and Cora's words have been telling a lot of the story. And Cora has very often worn her emotions on her sleeve.
It's
Yep.
just one success thanks to the one that canceled out my second 10.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you know an intent, but a potential inability to follow through on it. So she is telling you the truth of what she's like. She genuinely is adhering to what you're trying to say, to what you are asking her to agree to. She just may not be capable of following through on it. So she's
Cora.
not lying, per se.
When it comes to it, when the shit hits the fan, I need you to be able to do it. And you put yourself and the rest of the group at risk.
Okay, then I'll do it.
If you want, I could go with you as moral support.
Please, Poppy, that would be excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
And
I'm
maybe
gonna be
actually
moral support.
seeing one of the others of us would, help too with Olivia.
And present a united front.
Just watch out who else sees you. Where you have your conversations. And
Well,
just assume that you're always being listened to.
We've both got a little gift from her before anyway, so maybe we're just going back for more.
That's so true.
This was tough, but this was good, I think.
Yeah. Sorry to be such a dick about it.
No, it's right. It's right that we're getting to work on a challenging and dangerous project. The first one we're all going to do together, so it's good that we talked it out this way. I needed to be brought back to Earth a little.
If you ever need another charming dose of reality, I am here to be the team bitch.
Never mind.
Unless Chris, we'll take turns. We'll draw straws.
Oh, fun. Artem, look away. See, he does exactly what I tell him.
Good boy.
That was so brilliant.
Since when?
It's
Hey,
about
I-
5
Don't
seconds
be
ago.
over there looking tall.
I appreciate you all so
Relate.
much. And Ellie too, frankly. It's great to see that they're in group chat now with us.
I'm gonna text Ellie. Get back here, you dramatic bitch. There's an update.
Chris is going to put, as a response to that, the gif of the kids they're like from a fake rap battle. Yeah, where the kid just runs across the screen holding his face in a loop.
Yep.
I really hope there's like a vampiric edit of that on TrekNet.
Oh, there 1,000% is.
It's all Lila.
Yeah.
I imagine it's like a meme template that has existed for years that they just sort of add their own heads into. But how does Ellie respond to that? How far did they even get from the group? Did they get like 15 feet away? Have they been listening this whole time? Or did
Oh,
they...
absolutely not. No.
Also, I'm
Crouch in
pretty
a
sure this
bush.
is the first time I have texted Ellie since, hey, something about like shopping for an outfit.
It was either shopping. Oh yeah, it was either shopping for an outfit. Yeah,
Or owing
The
for
lash
that.
thing.
we could go for a shopping
Uh,
for an outfit, or you can Venmo me the money for Lash, and you Venmo me
Yeah.
the money.
That's so good.
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, this still feels in character.
Yeah. I do think Ellie probably I mean, I don't know, given the time, would I have gotten to the main house itself?
You could have. Granted, if the intent is to eventually go back, the conversation wasn't that long without Ellie, but enough to maybe have a slightly smaller interaction with someone if you want.
I quite honestly, I think what needed to happen was Ellie needed a moment to like cool their jets because they were gonna say something hurtful, and I think they were about to go back, and then they get a text saying "Get back here, you dramatic bitch," and they're angry again. So now they're gonna take a longer walk.
Oh no, it's the theory of spite. I was going to do that, but now because you said it.
Now that you said it.
Now that I'm coming back and it looks like it's
Because now it'll
you told me to,
now it'll
yeah.
seem like I'm coming back because you said it, but I was already on my way. So now
I cast contrarianism at max level.
That's just a constant ability for Ellie.
The most powerful blood magic.
It's an at-will bonus action.
Group chat got me acting unwise.
So, in the meantime, who do you try to pursue? Is there any text you're trying to send out, or is there someone you're looking for in the density that is the interior of Elysium?
I think I think the first thing Ellie looks for is Havel, if Havel's around.
Interesting. You'd have to hunt around a little bit and even ask Atherton to have him try and point her out to you. Oh, my dear, I do not believe I have seen her thus far this evening.
Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Atherton, for your assistance.
I wish I could be of more assistance. If you are looking for other members of your clan, however, there are one or two milling about.
Really? Who else is here?
Well, Lump is a rather constant fixture, and I believe a Miss Petra and Mr. Fitz are roaming about.
Good to know. Thank you, Mr. Atherton. You have been very helpful.
Are you trying to pursue one of them at the moment, or?
No, I think I will send a text to Havel though, and well, first I'll send a text to the group chat, and I'll be like, "Be there in a minute. I am busy pursuing other leads. Thank you very much."
Is it like the Z Snap GIF or?
No, it is curt and professional, like Kate would expect.
I'm gonna lean over to Chris. Do you want to send a press F to doubt meme, or should I?
I'm going to observe our truce. Ha ha.
Send.
She opens her own laptop and just tries to zone out for a minute.
If you wanted to kill them, I think Alden would be able to get you out of it.
No. This is good. Friendship is good.
She looks over at Poppy like, okay, I see, I hear you, I validate your words. She looks over at Artem. Let's keep that as a very definite plan A and a half.
Is that the backup to the backup?
Look, we're working what we got, okay?
We're backing it up. Sorry.
Going back to Ellie. What were you texting
Ellie
elsewhere?
is texting Havel and saying asking if they are at the house,
Mhm.
And if they are not at the house, planning the actual session. Also introducing themselves that they're Ellie, because
Okay.
that's probably a random number to get.
Because you had introduced yourself at the
At the
art
art show.
show. Had you used your name?
Yes, because
Okay.
Harlan introduced me. Yeah.
Um, it does take a couple of minutes for them to get back to you. It's not a one of those moments of scene and then nothing. It's more a moment of it takes a few minutes for it to even be seen, and when they do see it, they are rather prompt to reply. And she says, "Working tonight, can tomorrow." She gives you the address. Just you or company?
I'll say +1, Chris.
And you get back very curt but prompt, understood. And she gives you a time.
Great.
And actually, there is a additional map pin that shows not just where the building is, but where she expects you to park.
Got it. Okay. And now that there's been sufficient time, Ellie will head back to the rest of the group.
And as Ellie waltzes back onto the docks,
Did you make your very important connection?
I did. And turns to Chris and says, at the gym tomorrow night, and gives the time that Havel said.
I'm gonna have to get back to you. I don't know if I have to be here tomorrow night too, but maybe if I'm going to Havel, that kind of is okay. I don't know yet. I haven't seen Holden.
I'm just saying, you'll have to see the training in person, because you can't really take a video of me. I'm very shy.
She does laugh a little bit at that. I'll see what I can do.
So, you said there's an update to the plan?
So, yeah. Kate and Artem were insisting that perhaps we have only a few names that we give to Olivia for security. And that some folks would be like backup, like as in they come and save our asses. And those two people are you and Kate. Thoughts?
Save your asses how?
When it inevitably goes tits up.
This is
It's
more.
a very negative way of looking at things, to be honest.
This is more just what we're going to tell the Tremere.
All of our names is too much leverage to give them in exchange for anything.
And so the idea is you give a couple of the people and then hope she doesn't find out about the other people involved.
Yeah.
Do you want your clan to find out you've been implicated in this with the Tremere? You've got more secrets than my clan does.
We work in very mysterious ways.
Like God.
Some would
Don't
say.
give them
You
that
know,
power.
to be fair, that is probably true.
Hmm.
He looks a lot better in all the depictions.
We'll just have to be careful when we meet in talk about these things going forward. At least until we get to what we're asking her to make for us.
Well, I guess
Poppy.
that can.
You're gonna help
gonna
ensure a
help.
smooth conversation happens.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I'll be there with Cora when we chat with Olivia. Also, Olivia's cool. She gave me like that flower, so we're good.
Not too cool to lie to, though, right?
No, I'll lie to people I'm cool with all the time
Good.
Are you lying to me?
about everything.
Fuck.
So then the next steps are making sure tracking device works, because then we can do the tracking device. Number 2 is maybe finding another location that doesn't have as many ears to meet up for more clandestine meetings.
Do any of you have a second haven? It's something we could get from the Mudmen, but unless any of you have sires just handing out second apartments. I left mine back in DC.
No, I just have the one so far.
So, out of character, I'll let you know something. While it's normal to be quiet about your haven, where it is, it's not entirely impossible for you to let some people know where it is. Members of your clan may end up knowing by sheer virtue of having to, and close associates that you trust and work with or are very close to. For example, Cora, for perhaps extenuating circumstances, a certain individual picked you up at your sire's house that had no connection to your sire. So it's not beyond reason for some people to know where a haven is. It's just, it's not information you want to be doling out left and right like a public census form. But if you want to bring someone to your house, Kate or Cora, it's not unreasonable, but it is good practice to be very guarded about it. It's up to you to decide how and to what extent. For Ellie, for obvious reasons, you're not bringing people down into the Warrens because that's a no normies kind of rule. For Artem and Chris, they can't invite someone over to their dad's house without him wanting to kill everything. For Poppy, the place you stay is not your own to make decisions about. The only two that have a haven where they have their own autonomy would be Kate and Cora. So that would be for them if they want to volunteer anything. They don't have to, nor is it expected, but it is an option if you want to consider it.
Mine's a little bit contingent on my courier work, so I don't know that I could necessarily get another very easily if something were to go wrong there. But I suppose if we don't have any options.
Yeah, I can't invite y'all over.
I wish you could. It looks so nice.
I do too. But the bedroom is barely mine, you know?
Understandable.
Yeah.
Probably scrounge out some money and see if I could find a spot that might be possible.
Oh, storyteller. In Cora's currying, Has she found any interesting abandoned locations? or absent, like places that are pretty empty most of the time?
Here's the issue
she could wait around at.
You aren't going to dilapidated places. You are going to either to a business where there are people, to have a meeting with someone to grab something and take it somewhere else that is populated. You're not going to the dilapidated dregs of the city. So, short answer, no.
Well, I know there's a little garden in Forsyth Park that's fairly private at night. It may just be, a homeless person or two around. But other than that,
That could be a
Yes.
temporary solution till we find another spot.
Better than nothing with our current circumstance, and especially if we're worried about other ears listening in.
or heck, I don't know. We could be really crazy and go to a church. We won't find any of us in there, right?
That would be amazing, aesthetically.
No. So
Ellie, do you have religious trauma?
in a certain way. Yeah. Don't know how to
Sorry.
go
Sorry.
past
You just
that.
said no so quickly that I had to just.
So, the, okay, so we have that solved. Figuring out if we are able to get something from Olivia, how we, apply it. So, could be something that we find a home solution for, or something that's cobbled together. I want to find something cobbled together that can more efficiently inject the tracker into someone without me having to slowly inject via syringe, because that took a lot of time.
You injected the tracker into the alligator?
Yeah, well, Artem was the live bait, and I
Okay, that part
around
tracks.
and I snuck around and, just injected it in there.
It's badass.
That part tracks, says Kate as she thinks of the photos of Artem in the girls' group chat.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was the live bait.
He's live bait. Oh,
Just the picture of
Don't send those to
Dort's
Lila.
butt just sort of floating. in
Lila
the-
already has them. What do you think?
Jorts.
Yeah.
Who do you think took them? Just very zoom. The question of who actually has the photos now is, does Yvette?
Oh God, was the picture Sue sent me in exchange?
Law equivalent exchange.
She wasn't expecting anything back. Sure.
She's the sole subscriber to
Payment
Jort's
for
watch.
services rendered.
So, what was it? Ellie was saying something?
So those are our next steps, it seems like. The other thing that I'm pondering is either setting up a trap for them or finding some sort of like alert system we can do.
I just pictured putting a bell on their neck, like on a cat. That's not.
Yes, that will be convenient once we're tracking them.
Yes. No, it was a funny image.
And then for my part, as long as we're discussing activities, after Poppy and I go to see Olivia, my next item off of this, other than getting a little bit of personal defense training, is I've got another lead potentially on maybe tracking down something that can help us sort of predict where something might happen next, or
What kind of lead?
well, none of you like this, but I'm going to talk to Savini again.
What are you going to talk to him about?
Look,
Inviting him into the plan?
no, he already knows that I'm curious about Mudmen. He doesn't need to know all of these details.
And what is Savini's deal? Why don't we like him?
Is it Giovanni?
Oh. Oh, okay.
He's a Pokemon trainer.
And look, I've heard from Nina a little bit more about what the whole thing is there, and so I understand, but I still think his information could be valuable.
As I said
Information is
earlier,
information.
proceed with caution.
Can you tell me what the whole thing is with Savini later? I don't know what that is.
Sure, yeah, I can.
Okay, so do we do a team chant or something before we break off, or
Absolutely not.
Oh my god, that would be so
Kate just get up
fun.
and walk away with that statement.
She definitely stands
Meeting
up.
adjourned. Dismissed.
Well, we can work on it. Cora,
What's
having been a part of, racing and automotive culture, is really excited about the idea of like a little team sign off. But
What's Chris's reaction to a team chant?
She has closed her laptop, put it back in her bag, and started walking away.
I'll walk with her. So, Chris, you're stuck here?
Yeah. Why?
Just wondering. I mean, overprotective dads, what are you going to do?
Something like that. Then I think he went a murdering, and therefore no one's at home right now.
Yeah. No backup.
She cranes her head over her shoulder. Well, I mean, clearly he's no slouch, but from what I understand, the guys he ran into were, how do I put this nicely? The simplest rock fuck stupid people you could run into.
Yeah, that's why I kind of thought they needed a reality check.
Maybe. Okay, so from your end, what next?
I'm on call and I've got a job, so I can't spend a lot of free time hunting down the boogeyman. But I'll be here for reality checks. Oh, I do have a story to share if you want something entertaining and also disgustingly vile.
Huh?
So I got a call for work tonight on the way here.
Do you want to just like pan the camera out from there for a second?
You just hear Chris go, "What the fuck?"
And I think that's a great place for us to go on break. See you all in a few, folks. Welcome back, everyone, to the second half of Savannah by Night here on the Midnight Dispatch. We pick up with our young kindred as they mill about in Wormslow, the Elysium safe grounds for the Camarilla here in Savannah. They have been going over their plans, or maybe not quite plans, to deal with some situations and not with others, or how to avoid some of them altogether based on one Ventru and one Gangrel deciding to put a guiding hand on the wheel. As everyone starts to go off in their separate directions now that the meeting is over, who would like to go first in finding someone else to talk to at Elysium?
I'll go.
Okay.
So as Poppy's stepping away from the group,
Mm.
she'll, before she heads inside, go, "Oh, by the way, my birthday is on the 22nd, so keep an eye out on the group text for an invite to something. I don't know what it is yet. It may just be movie night. We'll see what I can make happen."
I still can't wait to see what you have cooked up.
Truly, it may just be a game of go fish on the floor of Elysium at this point, just with everything going on.
Yeah.
But see y'all. And so she'll head inside, and search around first for Harlan,
Mm-hmm.
because that feels like a safer conversation with more yeses.
I admire your optimism.
Thank you.
He is milling around, as he often does. It's certainly with less easy suaveness, in the sense that he's typically very relaxed, very casual, and he seems to be more observing and picking up on a lot of the tension in the air, as he's mostly just walking around. You see him occasionally talking to a couple of people. You do see him briefly chat with Lewis, but it seems more like a quick, "Hey, you good? Yeah, I'm good," and then kind of just leaving him be. And Lewis sort of seems to be content to just being in the room but not interacting much.
Mm-hmm. So Poppy will approach Harlan with a smile. She's not trying to like break the tension of the or like shatter it in any way,
Mm-hmm.
but she's trying to like just kind of ripple it a little bit to be like, "Hey, let's talk about something light. Let's,
Mm-hmm.
be optimistic for a second." And she'll head up to him and go, "Harlan, hey."
Well, I see someone's in upbeat mood, and that's a bit of a nice change.
I'm doing my best. Really, this whole thing is really bewildering.
Yeah, sadly, you get kind of used to it, unfortunately.
Really?
Well, live long enough, anything kind of becomes a new thing that you can get used to.
Not to be conspiratorial, but have you experienced anything like this before with you know who's?
You can say the name out loud. People are all across the place in that.
Okay, people just get jumpy and I never really know.
This happens every now and again.
That's
It's been
fair.
a few years since the last big one, but it's not unheard of, and it's pretty standard for when it does.
Right.
There's a few cities that don't take it so seriously, and from what I've been hearing about Kentucky,
Oh my god, Tabby, who came in with us.
yeah, I was talking
Terrifying.
a little more with Teague. He said that their court had heard some rumblings, and they didn't take it seriously.
And even punished people, it sounded like, for warning.
So as you can see, very different reaction here.
Yeah, no, I prefer this reaction for all of its tension. But the reason I wanted to come and talk to you, as you are an artful creature of the night, I have a birthday coming up, and it's on the 22nd, which is very soon. Now, I want to treat this in good taste, but I think people might need a little bit of an escape. Like a little something it's just to get a twinkle back in their eye while they, stare down the barrel of the gun of, scary shit. How do we do birthdays so that everybody is safe? I mean, you know my friend Ellie. I would love for them to be there. I would love to make a space where everybody is welcome and feels, at least on the outside, comfortable.
Hmm.
How do, how do we do that? And do you think it's a bad idea?
As the conversation starts veering towards something a little more positive, but maybe a little naive in comparison to the things that are going on, he has started to like veer you out through a side door. So you're walking along sort of the outer like terrace patio kind of thing that lines the first floor where there's fewer people. And uh, I suppose after a certain point, most of us kind of stop celebrating it.
Right.
But people do still, when they're on the younger side, still do. But there's a few older ones who find some yearly celebration to do. Christmas around here is a real fucking triumph.
Really? I look forward to that.
If you think all like that Spanish moss up and down the laneway as you're driving in is impressive, wait till you see it in lights.
Oh, that's magical.
But
But
well, depends. Sometimes you can reason with Atherton to host something here if there's nothing else on the agenda. Might be a little hard now with all this going on, but um, easy way to do it is if you own a venue or you're fine bringing people to your place.
I suppose I could ask Nico and Clarice. Worst they could tell me is no, though Clarice is quite distraught.
How you mean?
Well, this whole thing I think is really, I mean, everybody's been shaken up, but Clarice is feeling it, you know?
Man,
Yeah.
suppose she would.
Yeah, it's all very tragic, and feels recent even to me, even though I wasn't here. Um, Thank you for letting me pick your brain. I'm new in many ways.
Truth be told, it's nice to hear something a little hopeful amongst all this.
That's kind of what I'm hoping for. And I think, I don't know, it might help folks just get shit out of their system, just to like dance around to some incredibly loud music or, I don't know.
Help
Just
folks or help you?
everyone.
Now, when you say everyone, does that mean you're inviting the whole of Elysium to some shindig?
That
Who
is
are
a
we talking
lot
about
of
everyone?
people. Yeah, well, I mean like a group of like-minded individuals with similar goals. Um just I mean, the people I've met
Gotcha, new
here.
kids, gotcha.
New kids, but also, I mean, like you would be invited, of course. Some Belle and Olivia and, you know, folks that have been kind to me.
Well, I have to say, it's one of those positive stereotypes of the Roses. If someone's kind to you, invite them to a party. Seems only right.
It does.
Very southern at the same time.
Yeah, it is very hospitable, I suppose. Well, thank you. I will let you know. You'll get a little invite, or you won't hear anything from me, and I'll be on the floor in the library playing solitaire on my birthday.
I mean, I think Lump is probably out for a game up there.
Lump and I will be playing chess on my birthday then, if this falls through. And honestly, Lump can be very good company.
uncomplicated.
Yes, but also so complicated. Well, I'll see you around, Harlan.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ta-ta.
Is there someone else you're going to try to talk to while you're here?
She like will like glance around for Atherton,
Mm-hmm.
and then she'll take a coin out of her purse and do a little coin toss for herself. Whether she even brings it up to the man.
Hmm. Okay. I want you to roll me something.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with... Oh, what would be really fun for this?
Strength. I pelt it into the air. It hits somebody in the head, knocks them out.
Suddenly, Vega's interested.
I
Oh,
think for
no.
shits and grins, you're going to do wits. Oh, you're going to be rolling initiative.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is you're going to add up your total dexterity, wits, and celerity.
Wits and celerity. Okay.
So you got all three?
I do.
Okay. So that's the number you're going to add as a modifier as you roll a single d10.
Oh, I understand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll add 6 to this d10 roll.
Mm-hmm.
I see. All right. That is a 5 plus a 6 is 11. I love the number 11.
So you got what?
An 11.
Hmm. As you are flipping this coin, a gentleman in a sort of thick frock coat with a raccoon on his shoulder snatches the coin out of midair,
Hey!
and he sort of flicks it back to your grasp. What?
She puts it on her wrist and reads it.
Well, was it what you hoped for?
Heads.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean. It sounds like a good night out, though.
Yeah. Yes, it does. I'm Poppy, by the way.
Hi, I'm Fitz.
Nice to meet you, Fitz. And who is this lovely little creature?
This here's Jub Jub.
Hey, Jub Jub.
And there's this lean in, sort of like chittering against his ear, and kind of looks at you, sort of narrowing the eyes for a moment, but it's just like,
Cool.
yeah. Because you immediately went for the, oh, beautiful creature.
Oh, yeah.
Mm,
Jub Jub
so-
is a beautiful creature.
And a vain one, apparently.
Mm. A weird question, Fitz. I know
I
we
like
just
guys
now
with weird
met.
answers.
Excellent. Excellent. Would you, given the state of things, go to a party during this whole situation to dance it out, to hang out?
You think this is my whole night?
You going clubbing?
Maybe I was there first, I came here later, or there's a fun after hours place I'm going to afterwards. Who knows?
Incredible. Thank
Savannah
you.
gets
This was
weird after
enlightening.
dark, and they allow this little fucker in there.
Oh, really?
Or they're
I have
gonna.
to. Whether they like it or not, I'm sure. Or Jub Jub is the mascot.
Hey, you hear that? You're a mascot. He sort of just reaches over and gives it a little scritch under the chin. No, actually, I feel like it's those videos of the raccoons being fed hot dogs who have multiple chins.
Oh,
Like, they look like they out-pizzaed the hut.
Oh, chub, 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 chub. We love. We love
Chub
love.
Jub.
Oh my goodness.
So, what's this thing you're trying to do?
Well, it's either a really bad idea or a really good idea. And
Why can't it be both? Those are the
it
most
probably
fun.
is. Probably is both. I have a birthday coming up.
Well, happy birthday, Poppy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm excited. I'm not sure
You're
how I feel
hesitating.
about it yet. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it yet. Aging and unaging is still a little
Oh,
odd for me.
because you're new.
I am new.
Yeah, that's gonna fuck with you for a little while.
It's a little odd. But of course has its perks. It's on the 22nd, which is rather soon, and given the state of the well, and she gestures to everything
Are
around
you
them.
looking for a very particular gift that you're trying to get your hands on? Because I can facilitate.
No. But you should have my number.
And he takes out his phone.
Incredible. She'll put her number in there and put a little gift emoji in the name.
Oh, well, you are a gift, ain't you?
That's what my parents told me. But I'm trying to decide if it's worth me even planning a little party here during all of this.
You want to do a party here?
Oh, maybe not here. I don't know. I want to do a party that people can kick back at. And I don't know if here is the best place to kick back.
So what you're really looking for isn't a thing. It's a place.
Yeah, maybe a venue.
Well, now we're talking. You give me a couple of days.
Okay. But what do I owe you? I mean, are you a venue? You're searching for a venue for me?
I like to, help out a little bit, get some considerations out of people, have my connections. You see me as a guy that can get stuff done, that can get stuff,
Mm-hmm.
the weird shit.
Great.
So we look at this as a bit of a taster. You see that I can get something done, you might consider me later for when you're trying to get something else done.
Can I text you a yes or no to this grand adventure?
Hey, we are nothing but amenable to change.
I appreciate that.
Don't wait too long, though.
Oh, I won't. No, you'll hear from me by tonight. I'm on the knife's edge. You know Ellie, right?
Uh-huh.
Good. Another person that just can get things done.
Oh? What did they do for you?
Poppy will shoot him a look at Jub Jub and go, "This guy." And then Ellie and I just we ran, but now run in the same circles. So it's nice to know that they and I have similar taste.
Well, now. I have to keep that in mind. But you promised me, pretty girl, to keep me in mind for your next party.
I can't help it. You're already in there, but I'll text you officially later tonight.
I'll be waiting.
After I talk to my Council of Roses. Yeah. Poppy will step out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do a little wave to Jub Jub on the way out. Because, baby boy. And then kind of take it as a sign.
There is a little sort of like slight, like almost undulation of the hand, like it's just too fat to properly wave.
Oh, baby. Oh, a forbidden pet, the raccoon. Yeah, and Poppy will take it as a sign that, like, she wasn't meant to talk to Atherton about this. She doesn't really want to have a party here in this well-lit establishment. And that yeah, she'll discuss some things with her folks before giving this chaotic individual with a raccoon a yes to venue hunting.
In the meantime, while you're mulling that over, who wants to go next? Who's got someone to talk to? I'm just going to start picking names. Artem.
Yeah, so is Teague in the building?
You went into the building, or?
Yeah, I went into the building.
Okay. He is strangely easy to find because of the acoustics of the building and the sort of dim murmur going on.
Mhm.
It's easy to hear some music. Now, there has been a little bit of music playing throughout the venue to fill in some of the noise, so it's not just this murmuring void. But you do hear from one of the smaller parlors upstairs a little bit of guitar strumming that you can begin to trace up the stairs.
Yeah, so he'll walk up. Is Teague performing, or is he just kind of like
He's kind of
doodling?
doodling.
Okay.
There are a couple of people there, but it sort of seems like a nice momentary distraction
Mm-hmm.
that they sort of tune into for a little bit, and then they kind of wander off. You do notice Yvette leaning against a pillar, briefly listening, and if she notices you, she doesn't let on
Mm-hmm.
because she seems a little bit more engrossed in what's being played. And compared to how you've normally seen her, where it's usually somewhere in the realm of tasteful but highly flirtatious,
Mm-hmm.
this is much more subdued in comparison. They're well-fitting jeans that show off the figure, but with a very sort of flouncy sweater to it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still some playfulness to it, but it's, in comparison, vanilla.
Sure.
But eventually, even she kind of slinks off on her own, leaving just you and Teague. And he's sort of gradually doing away with the doodling, as you are indicating, more than just passive listening, I presume.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Artem, how are you doing?
All right. How are you doing?
Well, normally I'd like to be on the road, but it was suggested for my safety. Stick around a little bit.
Yeah.
I might listen to it. I might head out tomorrow. Who knows?
Sure, you'll make the right choice, whatever that is. You want to take a quick walk? I want to ask you something.
Huh. Well, I am nothing if not a curious man. You'll head outside, and you see a small, sort of like Airstream RV connected to a truck that he puts his guitar in, and eventually lets you lead on in whatever walk you want to take along the
Sure.
grounds.
Yeah, he'll just kind of go off and whatever direction. This is another gangrel. He's not particularly doesn't particularly care about staying on a path or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Once he gets the sense that they're both, alone enough, he'll say, "This is a little weird. I actually wanted to gossip a little bit."
Well, I am known from coast to coast as Mandy collects stories back and forth, brings news. I do love me some gossip.
Yeah. I've been hanging out with Kate Fulton. She mentioned that the two of you were at a venue the other night, and something about daughters of cacophony.
Oh, yeah, them.
She said they were connected to Alden's previous. It looks back at the car. Live-in. Is that my understanding?
Bit of a clinical term for what that was.
That's what I figured. What can you tell me about that?
Well, certain bounds of polite observation. I don't want to say too much, so why don't you be a little more specific about what you want to know?
I don't know. I'm wondering if would be worth talking to them. Like, does he know about them? Does he know they're around?
Oh, I don't doubt it. I mean, based on the fact that everybody knows who you is, they have to do the same thing.
Yeah.
But much like me, they get a little bit more of a sort of traveler pass. They still gotta check in and play by the rules. Same as me, same as you.
Mm-hmm. Check in every time you leave, come back. That's how it works.
Depends on city to city. Here,
Sure.
a little more of an understanding if I breeze in and out. But when I got news, or if I just want to socialize, I come
Yeah.
on by, announce myself, bring a few items, take a few back with me. Sometimes the official channels are hard to get through, so you gotta rely on people like me from time to time.
Sure. Seems like a good life.
Well, it's about as free as you can get these days. Almost off the grid.
Yeah. So is that what they're doing? They're just passing through?
From what I've been able to gather, they kind of go up and down this part of the coast, playing some of their shows. But there's always that undertone of melancholy.
Yeah.
They're still hoping to find her.
Really?
Some say hope springs eternal. Some say it's just illusion.
Does
Well,
Alden not know for sure?
He don't talk about it much. I think for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But I'll give you this for free. And the reason I say this isn't to talk out of school. But because if you ask anybody, they'll say the same thing. Up till that hurricane, up till she was still in the picture, he didn't have that face that he has now.
Yeah.
Rage and grief will do a lot of things to a man, and it's worse when it's us. So imagine loss without the finality of really knowing. The closure, you can move on.
Yeah.
With uncertainty, that shit's forever. I don't know if that's what's going through his head, but maybe going through mine.
Could you introduce me to them?
I have to see what they're planning next, but maybe.
Maybe that's just crazy, but maybe I want to see why they think she's still out there.
Might be illuminating, but I caution you. I'm not saying don't tell him that that's what you're doing.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I think it's less that he would disapprove, and it might just be pulling at a wound that refuses to scab over.
Yeah, no, I may not even tell Chris I'm going to do this.
Well, to each their own. I ain't gonna ask no details. Obviously, your name came up last night and all this hullabaloo. You good?
It was my intention to come here and rack up a body count, but we are what we are. And in terms of, you know, what they were, it could be worse.
Here's the thing. I don't seek to add to my tally neither. But roaming about as I do,
Yeah.
and everybody plays for keeps out there. I have a lot more notches in that particular belt than I care to admit. And the longer you go,
My sire made it seem so easy.
which part?
Just
The killing or the living with it?
well, I mean, more the, I guess more the living with it. She'd already killed so many people by the time I came into the picture. I only ever really saw her do it twice.
The older you get, the more you do it, the easier it is to rationalize.
Yeah.
After a point, it just becomes a reflex rather than a conscious choice.
I'd like to think it'll always be a choice. But I don't know.
It's when you stop worrying about that particular part of it. That's when you start to worry. Or at least you should. But here's the thing. Someone tries to kill you, it's right and proper and human that kill them before they can.
Yeah.
Out of character, is that a good moment to fade out from?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Let's check in with Cora.
All right. I don't know if we need time to get a little wobbly for this, but I suppose I'll just have been milling about inside the interior of Wormslow, sort of people watching, looking out for anything strange with my own sense of time, since I had an incident earlier tonight. And then when I notice that Poppy is relatively free, I'll wave her over.
Me.
Before
Hey.
that,
Oh.
what I will say is Vega has made more of an effort to be noticed as she's walking through the room tonight. A way of being the polite reminder that there is a physical authority in the room, should somebody decide to get just a little unruly. For a moment, though, her footfalls are incongruous with her shape. Heavier, sterner. No, not stern. That's her. More of a easy swagger to the walk. And as you lift your vision from the feet to the top, you see a ruined Nosferatu face in her place. And just as you blink, it's Vega instead, just as you would expect.
Cora will say out loud, "Who were you just then? What? When was I?" Just to herself.
Now, continuing as the scene was intended, you go to find Poppy.
Hi.
Poppy. Had done everything you needed to do tonight, you think?
I think so. And I met somebody who I had yet to talk to, and I'm very excited and nervous about it. But
Okay,
that
who'd you chat
remains to be
with?
seen. Fitz, the one with the raccoon.
Ah, okay, I've seen him around.
Fascinating individual. Perhaps has a lead on the birthday party venue. We'll see.
Good. I'm glad it's not a total wash yet. There's
Yet.
a chance.
Indeed. Again, we may be upstairs in the library, on the floor, playing spades and eating saltines.
Say, you know how... oh, saltines. But you know how I, told you I saw something with you and Olivia once?
Yeah. Ooh, I wonder, was it prophetic?
I don't know. But there was something else just now. Right before you came over as Vega was walking by.
Uh-huh.
She was someone else for a moment, Nosferatu.
Interesting.
that
her predecessor was a Nosferatu.
really?
Yeah.
All
Garrick.
right. Okay. Oh, that's very interesting, Poppy. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah, it's very Back to the Future. I'm here for it.
It's good to know. It's not. There's something to this.
Could be a pattern.
Yeah. Um. In any case, back to Olivia.
Yeah.
If she's here, do you want to just try to talk to her right now? Let's get that out of the
Sure,
way.
let's go for it. Rip
Pull
the
that
Band-Aid
Band-Aid,
off.
Yes.
Yep.
Took the words out of my mouth.
We look for her.
Hmm. You don't see her anywhere.
Greenhouse.
That's a good thinking. Yes. Let's head there.
Now, keep in mind, walking there is not viable.
Mm.
It's going to take you the better part of maybe a couple hours to walk all the way down there.
Oh, I
'cause it's
forget
at
that
the
it's-
southern
Oh,
end,
that's right.
Yeah.
and you're less familiar with it on
Mhm.
foot, and there is a known armed presence on the island that you'd be trying to traipse through. So
And
it's-
I didn't drive this time.
I didn't either. Do you have her number?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Maybe we just set up something, or we could see if she's around. She may just, we can't see her. Or we set up something like this week.
Yeah, I mean, we're not living in the Stone Age. What was I thinking?
I forget all the time.
It's just it's nice to see people in person, right? When you're walking around. If it's just anyway. Cora will send a quick message to Olivia. Hey, Olivia, you around the country club tonight?
A few moments goes by. I'm at the greenhouse.
Damn it.
I thought maybe. I don't have a good means to make my way down there, but I think I've got a little more to talk about with you.
I could be back up the house in a few.
Perfect. I'll see you soon.
To expedite things a little bit, I'm assuming you leave out the front door to meet up with Olivia.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And she drives up in a nice modern sedan. I'm gonna go with a like an Audi,
Ooh, okay.
nice little 4-door. She
One of
just
the diesel ones.
no. She asks both of you to hop in.
Okay.
Thanks.
And she's going to.
Which of us should take shotgun?
Well, maybe Papa can flip a coin for it.
You can take shotgun.
All right.
Okay.
You're taller than me anyway.
As you pull away from the parking lot, she just moves slightly down the lane towards where the greenhouse and the stone cottage is without going very far. It's more just, let's get a little privacy, because clearly there's a more private conversation that you want to have.
So, continuing our conversation from the other night, thanks for coming to pick us up. Here's one of us.
Yes, I'm on the list. I'm also working on this little project.
I see.
She really put me through my paces at Havel's, and we've been close ever since we showed up. I know I can trust her.
And she will, because the car is turned off at the moment, and she simply turns around and looks at you more pointedly. And I have to ask, what's your role in all this?
My
It's
role?
not, it's not just looking pretty.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much. No, I'm on the strategizing side of things, the planning, the plotting, figuring out a plan of attack. I may not look it, but I am good with mapping things out.
Okay. Then, if you're not the doer, who is?
That's.
Yes, that is true.
The
Well,
brawn.
yeah. Which I imagine you could anticipate what I'm about to say. So, Artem and Chris. They were with me
And-
there that night when we ran into him the first time.
Poppy looks really serious to like try to drive home like this was a traumatizing bonding event and it solidified those three as a team and I'm really honored to be here kind of thing.
Roll.
Yes. Oh yeah, Toreador theatrics roll. Let's do it.
Go.
I'm going to go with manipulation and expression.
Okay.
A reminder that if you wish to roll or to use willpower, you do so before you roll.
I would like to use a willpower.
And I'm going to say the DC is a 7 because she's naturally suspicious of the entire endeavor.
Mr. William Power, come through for us.
Yes, William Power. And willpower means you have one guaranteed.
1 auto success. It
Great.
does not matter if you roll a 1, it does not subtract from that.
Great. Okay.
What I will say is make sure that you are marking off temporary willpower, not your
Yes.
total. Okay.
I did.
Because I know you don't use it very often, so
I don't use it very often. I'm not like Smoggles who uses it all the time.
I'm honored that you're using it right now.
No one asked who else uses willpower. We were
I
just
did.
noting who's not. Okay.
Sorry, the DC was 7.
Yes.
All right, so I got 2 10s.
Mm-hmm. And you can re-roll those.
Yeah. Oh, that's a third 10.
You don't re-roll them after that.
All right, so 3 10s.
Mm-hmm.
3 successes. That's
So
it.
you rolled a 10 that exploded into another 10? Is that what
Yeah.
happened there? Okay. So in total, you got how many?
3.
And is that with
4.
your
Oh, 4 plus my willpower. Yes.
Mm.
Thank you, Smuggles.
I say she is making a compelling case for how serious this all is,
It's very serious.
and that you are taking the appropriate severity along with this, and the solemnity.
Chris has been around a little longer than us for Savannah, so it would be nice to have her involved in all of this, you know.
Okay. She looks between the two of you. Has she explained to you, Poppy, what has been asked of me to make?
Yes, but I'd like to hear how you describe it.
Before I get into that, has it been explained to you the danger it poses to it even existing in your hands?
Yes.
Okay. Because anything that looks like a extravagant exotic weapon is going to make people nervous, and we are at an all-time high of that right now.
Yeah, the timing really couldn't be better with this investigation.
So we're going to have to be quiet, methodical, and it may take a bit of time. This is not something I'm going to just have on hand ready to go.
Of
This
course
is not something I'm going to have able to be whipped up in a few days. Good chemistry takes a good amount of time. Worse with good biology. And then you throw magic into it, and it's so much worse. The reason why alchemists back in the 1500s mostly died of mercury poisoning.
Hmm.
That being said, if you come across a sample, now I understand that they, what's the polite way to say this? Decompile rather rapidly.
Hmm.
I don't care if I get a pile of goo in a jar. I would like a proper sample of the creature. Especially, A, if it doesn't work and you have to resort to different methods. And this thing either is killed or you just get a piece of it. Having more information to work with might help all of us,
Hmm.
right?
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
So that's my big ask for this. That and discretion and all the other crap.
Cora, when you and Artem and Chris stumbled upon the creature, how long did it take for the body, the arm to decompose? Was that immediate? Because I remember just you unwrapping something.
That was pretty quick. It was maybe
Couple
40.
hours.
Yeah.
Couple
Okay.
hours.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Hour and 45 minutes, maybe.
Okay.
Since we waited around and got back and had that whole discussion.
Well, then we will need to work quietly and quickly.
Yes. As I've said this to Poppy, of course, but I have some other leads I'm tracking down too. They don't need to know any of the details about what we're doing, but perhaps one of them could get us one of these samples. So, people
Oh.
who've been tracking the Mudmen already.
I'll leave it to your capable hands. Is that Poppy making a smirk or is that the player?
No, that was because Smoggles was like, "Huh, capable. We're capable," and I was like, "Yep, totally capable."
Now, who ties your shoelaces for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than the sample, is there anything else you're going to need from us to make this more effective?
I need to consider what the delivery method's going to be. A flower under the pillow isn't exactly conducive.
No, unfortunately
that's
not.
so delightful.
Truly.
I'll give it some thought.
Which, I was actually thinking, if we need to come talk to you about this again for progress updates or anything, both Poppy and I have received those from you before. Perhaps that's why we're coming to visit.
It may not always be conducive, but we'll figure out a time and a place.
So no just dropping by your shop, that...
Not a good look.
Okay.
In any case, I do have some work I have to get back to.
Thanks so
Right.
much, Olivia.
Yes, thank you for your help.
And she will politely drop you back off where she found you. She's not going to make you just walk up back the road.
Thanks.
And then she will continue back on down to the greenhouse.
As we walk in, Poppy will just like put her arm, if Cora will let her, in the crook of Cora's arm and go,
so much.
Did I do okay? Was that
Poppy, that was exceptional.
good? Okay, good.
Good.
I was really freaked out, to be honest.
I don't think that would have gone the same way without you. I'm glad you were there.
Yeah, this is intense. It sounds so fun on paper. I haven't put this on paper. There is no record of this.
You're right, though. It's very intense. It's becoming very real very quickly. But, I mean, the end result, right?
Exactly. And you're very proactive about going after the things that you're curious about. That's really cool.
It's maybe a bit of a flaw, but...
Curiosity killed the cat, but the cat has 9 lives. So
there you go, right? I've survived dying once, so it's no big thing.
You have 8 more.
Exactly. I mean,
As you're having this conversation, it is beginning to dawn on you that it is getting fairly late.
Dawn.
Speaking of...
I know what I'm doing.
Speaking of surviving things, I know there's one that we can't survive, and Cora will kind of look off in the direction that the sun rises from and notice that, like, really, really subtle before morning color shift in the night sky. It's like we probably ought to start getting home.
We've already started to see some cars begin to filter out.
I'm gonna
Especially
text
because
Ellie.
I'm going to need a ride.
Actually, I'm gonna call Ellie. We're bypassing texting. Poppy will pick up her phone and call Ellie.
Yeah.
So I'll invite you to my birthday party if you give me a ride home. And Cora.
I wasn't invited before this.
No, you were invited. I don't know. I'll owe you a favor. A small
Each
favor.
to our own respective homes, by the way.
Yes.
Just to be clear,
I,
out of
like, hold the
character,
phone.
are you asking to be driven directly to your house or in the
Oh,
vicinity?
no, in the vicinity. I'll, like, tell them where to drop me off.
You can take me back to the diner. That's where I was going to go to get a bite anyway. So
Fine. I'll be at the van.
Thank you. You're so kind and generous.
I assume Ellie just immediately hangs up.
Just click.
Heads up.
Now, for Chris.
you know what'd be excellent? Can you drop me off at the north side of Forsyth Park? Because that's like close enough to Cora's haven that she can walk pretty easily. And it's different. And I'm pretty sure it's actually right outside Poppy's, so we're gonna be like right there, accidentally, just to kind of like play on how we got here in the first place.
We'll come back to that. Chris and Artem, you have to start figuring out your way home.
He will walk up, sort of point out the door. You ready?
Board here, board there. What difference does it make?
None. Let's go.
Yeah, all right. And so you're on the road. Kate, you have been seeing them split off in directions, hopefully making good choices after you've admonished their other ones. Do you have any final things you want to do before you head out yourself?
No, I'll go ahead and head out.
Okay.
I'm definitely keeping an eye on my phone after I've already been called in once tonight.
Unfortunately, it's going to be that kind of night as you get another call from Redgrave. I need you to go check in on the Cotton Sale Hotel. Concierge will provide you with more details.
I'll take care of it.
Good. Click. We'll come back to that in a minute. Artem, is there anything you want to bring up with Chris on the way over there? Or do you want to just wait to see what it's like when you get home?
I guess nothing in particular. There is something that he wants to talk to her about,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not sure if this is the right time.
Okay.
So you just kind of bullshit with her on the way back. Maybe he'll try and get some of the details for her, the story she's trying to write out of her. Nothing like, you know.
She is more reticent to speak than maybe she ever has been before.
You all right?
It's a good game with them when you start asking her about what's the story about. It's like, don't fucking worry about it, champ.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
What's your face about?
It's about kicking ass.
Oh, never mind. I realized you actually believe that. Okay. Okay. And I'd say you've gotten into a good rhythm of comfortable silence with one another
Mm-hmm.
on these rides. When you do get back to the house, you notice Alden is not there.
Can I... So he'll look at Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I assume she notices the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we get, we've fully pulled up, then
Mm-hmm.
I would like to get out of the car, take a sniff, try perception of awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Are we alone here?
Perception awareness.
Awareness specifically,
Mhm.
more supernatural.
Okay. Because you know the immediate grounds fairly well at this point, I'm gonna let you roll that out of 4.
Excellent. Oh, that's 5 successes.
You smell it. You can almost taste it on the air as Orion runs across the property to be within your vicinity.
Guess I'll kind of kneel down
Mm-hmm.
with animalism. I'll ask him if the grounds are safe.
There's that sort of like head cock that a dog will do when they're a little bit confused, and it's more a case of you get a sense of, well, yeah, or I'd be killing something right now.
Kind of nod. Okay. Sort of gesture for Chris to get out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
He's not particularly worried about Alden, especially if he's with 2 other gangrel.
One of which being the Scourge.
One of
And
which
you
being...
have seen
Yeah.
up close and personal how up close and personal he gets with people when he's mad at them.
And Artem has spent several nights not under a roof. He's sure that all three of those guys would be perfectly fine doing the same.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll, start to act more normally. He'll put the car away in the way he normally does, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe before he splits off from Chris to go to the shack, he'll ask, "Do you want me to stick around in the house for the night?"
You do kind of get that hands grasping at her upper arms, sort of nervous fidget for a moment.
Okay, no problem. He'll sort of, pat her on the back as they walk in. We'll be all right.
Yeah. I think that's a good place to fade out from. Ellie, Cora, Poppy. Let's start with Poppy. Where are you getting dropped off at?
The park near, what's it called?
Forsyth, because that's a fairly large park.
Yes.
The house is at the very north end of it.
Okay, so towards the north end of Forsyth Park would be good.
Sorry, you want to be dropped off at the north end? Is that
Close to the north end,
Okay.
maybe.
Literally across the street.
Yeah, just on the other side of where Laura gets dropped off.
Maybe what we'll do is just, so it's slightly less ridiculous. We'll have you sort of like the northern, sort of western side of Forsyth, because this works for both of you, going in different directions in and around the exact same area,
Okay.
without getting too ridiculously meta with it.
It'd be so funny.
As you
When Cora suggests that, hey, just drop me off here, and Poppy's like, oh, that works for me, Cora's gonna do like a little like squinty eye, like, wait a minute, do we live like kind of close?
Twins.
Meanwhile, Ellie is just in their head, I'm assuming. Yeah, they do.
All of the information for Amon.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you say anything, or do you sort of just politely exchange
Thanks so
goodbyes and walk
much.
away? Okay.
Yeah. Poppy will be very grateful.
Hey, more amazing things coming, I think.
I think so.
Yes.
But with very careful, methodical way that we go about it.
Yes. Strategizing.
There's being careful and then being scared.
Yeah.
I mean, the things Kate mentioned.
They're real things, right? But we still need to get shit done.
I agree.
Yeah.
And if your argument is going to be that it's going to be, we need to be even more careful and more just, well, like most people at the house who are just hiding under the idea they'll be safe there. I heard all those stories and made my blood boil wanting to do more.
And what you don't know can still kill you, so.
Right. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Sweet dreams.
It's, Cora kind of looks around, deciding which direction she's gonna walk first. and then pick the path.
Actually, I have a question for Ellie. Do you mill around in the area, hoping to not get spotted again?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. So we know where you're going.
Yes.
Poppy, you eventually get back to your place.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any further things you want to take care of before you go to bed?
I mean, if Nico and Clarice are still up, she'd like to at least talk to Nico. I don't know if Clarice is going to be in her right mind to hear about this. But if it seems like a tomorrow evening kind of conversation, she'll table that.
You notice an additional pair of cars in the decently sized garage.
That makes it a tomorrow evening conversation, I think.
But when you walk in, Clarice is where you found her initially, in more of a sort of black, backless, like halter top bodysuit kind of thing. Like almost like romper is like the wrong word, but that kind of thing where it's an outfit.
Jumpsuit style.
Jumpsuits, that's the word I was looking for. The cracked wall from earlier, the otherwise all white pristine wall, now has a series of charcoal designs scrawled into it,
Ooh.
amalgamating into a rather striking blueprint for an outfit.
Oh. Poppy, like, catches her breath as she sees it. Oh my god.
The way that I could put it is if Sith could be cunty.
So Siths.
No, most Siths are just tryhards.
Yeah, that's fair. But Asajj Ventress.
Sith would make it fashion.
Yes. Clarice, this is beautiful and terrifying and sharp.
Good, that's what I was going for.
Incredible. Can I get you anything before I head up?
She looks at you for a moment. You look like you want to ask me something.
It feels trite, given the moment.
She kind of walks up to you, and there's a little bit more charcoal on her fingertips when she does the press on the lips with her fingertip. All things are until they're gone. Don't waste the time. What is it?
My birthday's on the 22nd. And she kind of smiles and laughs a little bit to herself. And I was thinking of throwing a party, but it feels like incredibly small potatoes. But I also think it could be really fun.
Why not do it here?
Here? That's cool with you?
On the couch, you see a strewn about photo album. And you recognize the face that you've seen a few times now. The ruined Nosferatu countenance that I could always say would be if Timothy Oliphant was a Nosferatu. Used to have parties here all the time.
Would it be okay if I invited folks that aren't just roses?
Again, she draws your gaze to the couch. Of course.
Clarice, thank you. This means the world to me. I, thank you.
She lets that sort of same trail of the charcoal fingertip along the jaw that you know you're going to have to take care of later.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't bring any mortals in here if you're intending to have our kind of party.
No, I think I'll keep it to just our types of folks.
Unless they're like Nico's pair of paramours.
Yeah, what is the history there? Do you know? Or is that for another day?
That's his business to discuss.
Very chic.
Off you pop.
Good night. And thank you, she says from the hallway.
Now, as we're going to treat this a little bit quicker, Cora, as you get back to your place, is there anything that you try to take care of?
I'm just, as I'm settling down for the night, I'm going to send a quick message off to probably both to Gerhardt and to Heinrich, with everything that's going on. And to Gerhardt, my version will be, hey, tell Dad there's been some gang activity in the city. I'm sure you're going to hear about it sooner or later. I'm being safe, though, and my friends and I are looking out for each other. I hope all is well back home.
Within a few moments, you do get a reply. Gerhardt saying, "Is there anything you need?" I think it would be good for you to think on that in the week between.
I will do that. Can I ask for fencing gear?
We'll come back to that later. Ellie. As you get into the Warrens, is there any final things that you want to set into motion? Anything that you want to work on? Any person that you want to set up a conversation with or have at the last minute?
Ellie's gonna set up their next meal for maybe the next couple nights, because they are at a bit of a blood deficit because they've been distracted by their other things. So that's what they'll start doing. But I'll say what
with
those
a slightly ulterior goal perhaps attached to it, if certain things can be modified.
Yeah.
We'll have a talk during the week. So I think I know where we're going with that. However, there's one among you that still needs to get their affairs in order before heading home tonight. Let me get back to my expansive notes. You have been called down to River Street to check on the Cotton Sale Hotel, which is thankfully located next to a cluster of bars you're familiar with, one of which being Chuck's Bar. While the majority of things down here are closed or quieted right down at this point late on a Sunday night, there is still the opportunity for one more snack or to cultivate the next for the following night. Meal planning is a necessity among Ventru after all. The cotton sale itself is a mishmash of stonework that cannot agree on a single style or era. The western wall is a subdued red brick, while the north-facing wall that overlooks the Savannah River is a dingy disagreement between gray and brown, all of which is surrounded by cobblestone that looks like they've been here since Oglethorpe's first landing. The lobby is that strange inversion of feeling far too modern for its storied exterior. The concierge behind the desk abruptly gets to his feet and nervously runs a hand through his hair, a sheepish, almost embarrassed smile on his young face.
I'm here on behalf of Redgrave.
You as Miss Fulton.
Mm.
I'm so sorry. It's a false alarm. There's nothing to be concerned about at the moment, but I was told to pass anything up the chain that was at the time concerning. Turned out just to be a few drunks getting into it after the bar started to close nearby some of the restaurants. I'm so sorry that I had you waste your time.
No, I'd still like to take a look. Were they
Of course.
guests or are they just passing through?
One was a guest and one was just one of the people at one of the restaurants. I can show you the tapes.
Please.
And he does exactly that. And you see pretty much what he had already described, more of just an altercation that looked uncouth, but remarkably mundane.
Can I look for anything that might not be there?
How do you mean?
La Sombra aren't picked up on video, right?
Ah, intriguing.
Like, is there any kind of movement? Like, during the scuffle, are they knocking against or moving against someone who should be there but isn't? Can I pick up on something that he might not have seen?
Fair enough. Peering closer, because you know what you are looking for, I would say out of everyone there, you are raised on stories is the wrong expression, but more warned, educated on what a La Sombra is, what they do, how they do it. You're not as in the know about Eitsumitsi, but there is a arch nemesis quality to the relationship between Ventru and La Sombra.
Especially a DC Ventru.
Especially DC Ventru. And your sire in particular has a vested interest in your education. You would be looking for shapes that don't match, motions that don't match intent. Almost like, say, if someone wasn't there and I'm going to start a fight by moving this man's hand into the other to draw attention. But it seems like the more you watch and rewatch, it's exactly what it should be. People are seemingly stopping in the streets, some hard to discern interaction of you're not really sure who said or did what because the angle doesn't provide you that much information. But it seems like they stand off. It appears as though there is communication, although there is no sound. And then there's some shoving and scuffing and back and forth that eventually get broken up. Not before someone almost took a header on the cobbles themselves, which could have been quite dire. For a moment, it did look like it was going in that direction, but people pulled other people back. And it's that situation of both sides are being pulled violently back from the other before it can get worse.
Are any of the people in the video familiar?
No.
Okay.
For all intents and purposes, much like your earlier interaction or your other check-in tonight, just another false alarm of people doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing, hyper-vigilant. And you are going to catch things that are not what you're trying to find. But by not being vigilant, you'll catch nothing.
I appreciate the call.
I hope you understand if I call again that it's not to waste your time. It's following the orders I'm given.
No, I'd rather hear and it be nothing than miss something.
Same page. Wish you well.
Evening.
And so you head on that to...
I'm gonna step out and then call Redgrave, give her an update.
Okay. Yes?
It appears to have just been a guest and some patrons from the local bar getting into a scuff. I even looked for who might not have been on video. I couldn't see anything out of the ordinary.
I'm pleased that you had the foresight to be that thorough.
Vesper is quite thorough in a particular information regarding that group.
I'm starting to get a sense of that. Oh well. Good job then. Appreciate the thoroughness. Keep it
Of
up.
course. Thank you.
And I'm assuming one of two actions. You're going to be heading back to your car or heading to the bar for a moment to see what's there.
I am topped up thanks to some great rolls last time. So I am going to go ahead and head home.
Okay. As you begin to walk back to your car, you feel almost a slight buzzing in your ear akin to tinnitus. While it hasn't been a common sensation, you've noticed that whenever you spend blood to fool the body into believing it's human, such quirks do occasionally happen, as though the body is going through the old processes and knows at certain times to flip certain switches to make that pressure shift in the sinuses. But there almost seems to be something beneath it, a layer of infrasound that you can't quite parse. As you're trying to process that, a sharp, guttural voice cuts through behind you. Well, don't you look all prim and proper? When you turn to look, there is a man with hauntingly pale skin to the point where the moonlight nearly has it look blue. Deep-set eyes that glow red and a vicious, crazed smile punctuated by fangs on proud display. A few feet off to his left is a woman with scraggly, dirty blonde, reddish hair, tatty clothes, and skin that looks like she's fiending for a fix.
Yeah, I'm assuming that these wouldn't be familiar at all, even with all the, like, we haven't been here long, but being at court enough. Also, you just don't address someone like this if you're not up to no good.
Also, Red Eyes, you've only seen two people in this city with glowing eyes, the Seneschal and Jethro. This ain't one of them, and they would stand out in a crowd. And he's walking around in the middle of River Street, as dead as it may be at the moment, fully brandishing eyes, fangs.
While keeping my eyes on them, I have just called Redgrave. Can I try to just call her without looking so she can hear this conversation?
I'd say the distance between when you had the call, put it away, reaching for your keys, going to the car,
Gotcha.
it's out of hand at the moment.
Okay.
Now the question I have for you, and this is a layered response. Did you remember to pick up your gun on the way out of the lease?
Obviously.
So you've maintained the first rule of always be responsible for the weapon. Did you put it on your hip?
Yeah, we were told always be armed.
However, you are also on River Street. It makes perfect sense to defend yourself, but it's also going to draw some attention.
Yeah.
So you have some choices to make. And as you're making this choice, well, we can always play with the food as we go. Hey, show your press-ons. And the tattered-looking girl, her hands blossom into a now somewhat familiar sight, I would say, of inhuman, serrated intent. And she begins to stalk towards you. What do you do?
I don't think either of you were supposed to be here.
Is that your action?
For right now, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be saying you may want to rethink that because she's
Okay.
brought out a weapon and she's
Okay.
walking towards you.
I haven't ever done combat in this game. I'm the politics build, okay?
Mm,
Um, I am going to reach for both the phone and the gun, if I can.
I would say
It's gonna be one or the other.
it's going to be one or the other.
Okay. It is going for the gun. This is
Mhm.
River Street. It will draw attention. I am technically also employed by Veritas, so
Mhm. And what do you do with it? Do you try to hold them back or do you fire?
I'm going to proceed with temporary caution and just hold it out.
You're
It,
hoping
it,
to intimidate them from
yes.
progressing.
It seems to me, and I might be misreading this, but they don't know that I am kindred.
That's a big assumption.
Okay.
There are ways of reading that.
Okay.
So, what we're going to do is you get to roll initiative, I think, for the first time.
Yeah, I've never done this before.
So, what you're going to do is you're going to roll a single d10.
Okay. It's just a 3.
Okay. Now you're going to add your wits and dexterity as your modifier.
Okay. 9.
9 total. Okay. Oop, that's what I wanted to do. That's a 10. Plus whatever their modifier is.
Cool.
She's going to take a good old scrape at you. She is going to get 3 successes. Her 10 was canceled out by a 1. But that's still enough to hit with, and Artem will know this from the other side, claws enhanced by the discipline of Protean, which do aggravated damage. An experience that you have never been on the receiving end of. And it would occur to you that in your, as self-described, politics build, you have been remiss in your more physical acumens. However, recently, you have been doing training with Rook, not in the physical sense of getting struck, fighting barehanded, absorbing a blow and knowing how to turn with it. You have been getting into a little bit more of the combat mentality than you have been previously accustomed to. The recent experience with Howl and the group, when Tabby was still in town with you all. And there's that overriding sense of the weight of expectation from Vesper, Halsey, Redgrave, Brooks, and most importantly, yourself. And as savagely as she starts to rip into you, Jim, I want you to roll something.
Okay.
Perhaps it's the stubbornness of Ventru or the resoluteness, depending on how you view things. How much stamina do you have?
You can tell this is not something I normally roll because I couldn't find it for a second. 3.
3. You're going to add a +1.
Okay. When you say +1, do you mean an extra die or a success to whatever
Actually, we're
I
going
roll?
to do this differently. You're
Okay.
going to do +2. You're going to do 2 things simultaneously. You're going to have the instinctive drive to rush that blood that you are now full of and can make use of. You know how to make the body do what it needs to do. You have less practice at it than perhaps the rest of them because you are better at browbeating people. That's been your cup of tea. It's more or less why you were brought on. But to persist, you need to do more than that. You're allowed to use 1 blood to up your physicals. Your stamina goes up. And there's something else behind that. Something steely that gives you a sense of fortitude. You now have a total of 5. However, you can only roll 1, which would be the fortitude, to go against the claws. Arden, can you remind me what page that is on?
Because of where I am, I cannot. I'm very sorry. But you described it perfectly.
It's fine. I just found it.
Most of the rules are about bringing them out.
Mm.
The attack itself is actually with the rest of the attacks and whatever page that is. It's like 200 something. But it's a 6 up, I
found
believe.
it. So it is strength +1 of aggravated. So we're going to roll her damage and see how well you do. She got 2 successes. Mathematically, you can only succeed on 1 or hope for a 10 and a secondary success.
What number am I trying to hit?
You are rolling a DC of 6.
No successes.
No successes.
Because I'm rolling that 1, correct?
Mm-hmm. There's going to be a rare instance of I can allow you to use a willpower because I should have said that before I had you roll. You're not used to the combat stuff. Would you like to do that?
Yes, please.
Okay, mark it off. You manage, barely, to have an almost gut-wrenching experience of it scraping to a stop somewhere along your sternum. You can feel it touching bone, but it doesn't go as far as it should. Now, as this rabid woman wildly slashes at you, that subtle ringing in the ears has been getting stronger and stronger, but still a static. A static that you are beginning to notice layers to. A voice. It's difficult to discern at first, as the voice doesn't behave the way one would expect. As though it's an inverse echo with words said on the inhale rather than the exhale. The voice is somehow familiar, but the words don't make any sense. And as that woman tries to reel back and scoop your head clear off your shoulders, there is a blurred distortion that slams into her like a truck as a wooden chair leg seems to be sticking out of her chest. Though it's hard to be sure of that sight, as at the same time, as that same distortionate force sent her flying off her feet and into the river, followed by a raging snarl from the man with the glowing eyes. If my narration would move, please, thank you. Red eyes that dart all around as he takes a tentative step back, looking for the threat that clearly is not you. Finally, the words drilling behind your eyes make sense. Run towards my voice. It's your action.
I'm gonna run towards wherever this voice is coming from.
Okay.
Do I recognize whose voice it is yet?
You recognize it is familiar. You cannot place it at the moment.
Okay.
You look where you don't want to look as you turn towards the row of drab gray buildings across from the parking lot. Even as you stagger forward, you are still not sure where to go. The Earthbound Trading Company, Perkins and Sons Kennelry, the Black Dog. None of them seem right, and yet you continue forward. As you get closer and closer, the world seems to dim, your vision tunneling down to nothing as you appear to be staggering headfirst into a solid wall. And then everything goes black. See you next week, folks.